In the Mexican culture, we believe that you have 3 deaths. The death when your breath leaves your body, the death when you are laid to rest in a religious ceremony, and the death that happens when no one talks about you anymore. The first 2 are inevitable, but the last one never has to happen. Across the miles between Virginia and San Diego, my sister's voice was tense. I'd expected it. This was only our 2nd Christmas without our mother, our light and the true north on our compass. Mom's sudden death in late 2013 left us lost, rudderless. My brother, sister, and I had struggled to put together changed lives that didn't include our remarkable yoga practicing, college football loving, church volunteering force of nature. We longed for Mom's laughter, her wisdom, just her voice on the phone. It was my sister's 2nd Christmas making tamales without Mom. They were disappointing, Steph said. The masa, it was heavy. They tasted fine, but were just more like restaurant tamales. She said the word restaurant with the same disdain she might save for hospital cafeteria. Because for someone who embarks on the odyssey that is tamale making, a restaurant tamale result after days of labor is enough to make you burn your apron and take a sledgehammer to the stove. For many Latin cultures, food is memory, connection, and love. As the mother of 3 boys, I've included my sons, along with the steady soundtrack of Motown and Michael Jackson, in my kitchen sanctuary. Once I trusted the boys with knives and we could cook to the beat, there was no culinary task they couldn't do, except, apparently, clean up. Food is emotional currency. My grandmother would rinse and pat dry the pale honeycombed sheets of tripe that she would lower into a simmering broth with green onions, cilantro, and hominy to make menudo. Or she'd be up to her elbows in Mexican meatballs, albóndigas. The looks on everyone's faces as we sat down to our steaming bowls of flavor conveyed to us kids that the soup pot held a creation so delicious we were simply blessed to be together in its presence. When my mom would arrive in Virginia after cross-country flights from California, we always had a pot of albóndigas or chili or tortilla soup waiting for her on the stove. It was our communal offering of gratitude for her visit. As we all ate, laughed, and caught up, she'd announce, "Oh, you guys, that really hit the spot." Because to share food is nothing less than to create a sacred space of storytelling, of family history, of safety, and of knowing where you belong. As Mom lay in the same intensive care unit where she'd once worked for 35 years, 7 of us formed a circle around her. If we couldn't squeeze onto her bed, we pulled our chairs closer so we could all touch her, stop time, be brave, and smile at her through our tears. She told us to talk about her a lot whenever we were together, but especially, we knew, anytime we were eating. My sister said, "Mom, Dia de los Muertos is next weekend. This year you'll be on the other side. What do you want us to have for you?" On Muertos, All Souls Day, we believe that the gates of heaven open and the souls of those who've died fly back to earth to visit the people who love them. And those people better have food to welcome them back. Mom said, her eyes wide, "Oh, let's see. I do love white wine, but it gives me such a headache. How about Bailey's Irish Cream? And chocolate, anything chocolate. And pan dulce, of course." At Muertos that next weekend, our grief seasoned everything. We were in shock. But we had the Baileys, the chocolate, and the Mexican sweetbread for Mom. We had photos of her, and we talked about her and our other dear ones all night long. Through my years of being a mom, my recipes have mostly succeeded, but sometimes they've failed. Even if I followed my grandmother's instructions or Mom's recipes to the letter. Because the ingredients may lack flavor, or I get distracted, or the oven is too hot. I can't always control everything. So cooking seems a perfect metaphor for raising my boys. My husband John and I have put together a pretty great recipe, a network of friends who love us all like family, good schools, our own imperfect but solid marriage, family vacations, a community of faith, a really good sense of humor, and background clearances on all of their friends. Yet our boys still tested the limits, broke the rules, and sometimes broke our hearts, or they simply didn't listen. No chef or parent has absolute control. The grace is in knowing that even when they alter the recipe, they'll adapt, even thrive, with their own resilient variations. Today, food still connects us. We gather around the kitchen island, someone makes guacamole and breaks open the chips, and we tell remember when stories, including all the people we love and miss. On weeknights, our son Alex might send a text message with photos attached. Making dinner tonight, white bean and chicken chili, only 5 ingredients. I'll save you some and bring it on Sunday. Our son Peter in California has taken up running and a love affair with healthy food. Mom, he'll tell me, I made a sick pasta with kale, tomatoes, and a whole bunch of garlic. And they cook for each other. Our youngest son Daniel was 14 and so sad as Peter was packing for college, leaving Dee as the only brother at home. He told me, I don't know how I'm going to say goodbye to Peter. He was quiet, thinking. Then he said, maybe I'll make him fish tacos the night before he leaves with my chipotle crema sauce. Then he'll know how much I'm going to miss him.